Here is a straightforward recipe for a classic slow-roasted lamb shoulder with rosemary and garlic, and simple mashed potatoes. Slow-roasted lamb shoulder. This method relies on low and slow heat to make the meat fall off the bone. Ingredients. For the lamb: 1.8, 2 kilos bone-in lamb shoulder, 3-4 cloves of garlic, sliced thinly, 4-5 sprigs of fresh rosemary, 2 tbsp olive oil, 1 tsp sea salt or to taste, 1 $2 tsp black pepper or to taste, 1 large onion, quartered, no need to peel, 1 cup, 250 meats, beef or chicken stock or water for the gravy, optional but recommended, 2 tbsp plain, all-purpose flour, additional stock or water if needed. Instructions. Prep the lamb. Preheat your oven to a high temperature like 240 U. Circa text, see Tylers 465 buys, circus text, auf fan forced. This will only be for a minute, so don't worry about keeping it there. Pat the lamb shoulder dry with paper towels. Use a sharp, thin knife to make about 10 to 12 deep incisions, pockets, all over the fatty side of the lamb. Stuff a thin slice of garlic and a small piece of rosemary into each incision. Rub the lamb all over with the olive oil, then season generously with salt and pepper. Start the slow roast. Place the quartered onion and any leftover rosemary, garlic in a sturdy roasting pan. Place the seasoned lamb shoulder on top of the onion bed. Pour the stock or water around the lamb, not over the top, to keep the seasoning in place. Crucially, cover the pan very tightly with a double layer of aluminium foil, or use a dish with a tight-fitting lid. This traps the moisture. Low and slow cook. Put the covered dish into the hot oven and immediately turn the temperature down to 160 ounce. Circle text, see ounce, 325, see at circle text, fan forced. Roast for 3 to 4 hours. For a $2 per text, curious joint, go closer to 4 hours. The meat is done when it is incredibly tender and easily pulls away from the bone with a fork. Finish and rest. Once tender, remove the foil and turn the oven temperature up to 200, circa text, T 400 circa text, UFS. Bake uncovered for another 15 to 20 minutes to brown and crisp the outside slightly. Remove the lamb from the oven, transfer it to a carving board and cover it loosely with foil and a tea towel. Let it rest for at least 20 minutes. This is a non-negotiable step for juicy meat. Simple creamy mash. Timing is key here. Start the mash about 30 minutes before the lamb is ready to come out of the oven. Ingredients: 1.5 kilograms mashing potatoes, like Maris Piper or russet, peeled and chopped into even chunks, salt for boiling water, 50 grains unsalted butter, 150 ml milk. Whole milk is best. Salt and white pepper to taste. A pinch of nutmeg, optional. Instructions. Boil the potatoes. Place the chopped potatoes in a large pan and cover them with cold, well-salted water. Bring to a boil, then reduce the heat and simmer for 15 to 20 minutes until fork tender. Drain and steam. Drain the potatoes completely. Put the pan back on the very low heat for a minute or two to let the potatoes steam dry. This makes the fluffiest mash. Mash and mix. Remove from the heat. Add the butter and begin mashing the potatoes. Heat the milk gently in a separate small pan or the microwave. Gradually add the warm milk to the mash, continuing to mash and stir until you reach your desired creamy consistency. Season. Season with salt, pepper, and a tiny pinch of nutmeg if you like. Quick pan gravy. While the lamb is resting, you can turn the pan juices into a simple, flavorful gravy. Prep the juices. Tilt the roasting pan and use a spoon to skim off most of the fat floating on top of the juices. Leave about 2 tablespoons of fat in the pan with the juices. Make the roux. Place the roasting pan on the stovetop over medium heat. Stir the 2 tablespoons of flour into the fat juices mixture until it forms a paste, a roux. Cook for about 1 minute. Thicken. Gradually whisk in $1 cup of beef or chicken stock, or water, scraping up all the sticky brown bits from the bottom of the pan. That's all the flavor. Simmer for 2–3 minutes until the gravy has thickened to your liking. Season to taste. You can strain it through a sieve for a smoother result. The result? Tender, fall-apart lamb that barely needs a knife. Served with creamy mash and rich gravy. Can't argue with that.